So guys, I'm on my way to the gym right now to hit workout A. Be doing some incline bench press, some Romanian deadlifts, some weighted pull-ups, and a couple isolation exercises. I may throw in some leg press today depending on how I'm feeling. Go, let me make this motherfucking light, man. Oh guys, this intersection sucks donkey balls. If I get caught in the red, I have to wait there for like 10 minutes. But there's a couple of questions I wanted to ask you guys as I'm on my way to the gym right now for this Halloween workout. I wanted to ask you guys, what do you feel about the length of these videos? I can't seem to grasp like whether you guys really like these videos or not. I get some messages from you guys telling me that you find these informative, but tell me like what kind of videos you guys want to see. Obviously, I have to make videos that I feel will contribute to my mission and my vision and the message that I want to get out. But within that mission, the vision for what I have for Polarity Fitness, there are different kinds of videos that I can make for you guys. There's the Q&As, which is something I'm going to be introducing regularly to see if you guys like that. I'm going to be doing these workout vlogs, and I'm also going to keep the informational ones going because those are really key because they bring in new people to the channel. These videos I find more appeal to my already loyal subscribers, whereas the informational ones where I'm talking about new subjects and going specific into topics, I find those bring in more people into the channel. So I'm gonna keep doing those, probably one of those per week, and then maybe one or two of these workout vlogs per week, and then maybe every other week I'll throw in a Q&A. You guys gotta let me know, do you find these videos too long? Like they've been like 20 to 30 minutes long, so like one of them's up to 40 minutes. Let me know what you think, because I can make them more condensed where I'm not sitting in the car here talking to you guys, where I'm just kind of doing like little voiceovers over the workout, and then the video could be like 10 to 15 minutes long, and there wouldn't be as much like, just raw footage of me kind of talking through stuff. But you guys let me know. Maybe you guys enjoy me talking through stuff in the raw footage, or maybe you don't. I just want to make sure that I'm not like putting a bunch of fluff that you guys aren't interested in seeing and making these videos too long. So let me know what you guys think about that. I just finished filming this pretty dope video about like the 3 keys to building a great physique without living in the gym. And the funny thing is like I'm big on, living a well-rounded lifestyle, not having the gym as like the primary focus, the focal point of your life, having other things you're focused on, and treating the gym as if it's like just one aspect of your life, just one piece of the overall pie that is life, right? That's a big thing for me. Like that's like one of the missions of Polarity Fitness, is to get that sort of message out to people. But at the same time, real drug-free fitness advice goes hand in hand with that, because if you're training as a drug-free lifter you don't need to spend much time in the gym. In fact, you literally can't. If you're drug-free and you have normal genetics and you have a life outside of the gym, like effective training is about quality, not quantity. It's about putting more effort into a reduced amount of training, focusing on recovery, and emphasizing strength gains across the major compound lifts. It's about using short, infrequent workout routines dominated by basic exercises with the focus on progressive poundages and getting stronger over time. Because, while the strongest muscles are not always the biggest muscles, and the biggest muscles are not always the strongest muscles, for the great majority of normal drug-free trainees, there's a very strong relationship between size and strength. So those two messages kind of go hand in hand, which is something that I hope you guys understand, and that this is the way to train if you have normal genetics, if you have a life outside of the gym, which is, probably you. It's funny, man. Bodybuilding information is fucking niche. That is niche. That should be its own niche, but instead, due to this glorious fitness industry that we find ourselves in, that is actually masses information. Whereas the advice that I give is niche, when this is actually masses information. So that's a very important thing that you guys got to understand. And not everyone seems to understand that who comes into contact with my channel. A lot of people just get caught up in like the little tactics, like the high intensity training and like the low volume training. Those are all just pieces within the overall philosophy of Polarity Fitness. Polarity Fitness is about spreading real drug-free fitness information into the world and teaching people with normal genetics, normal lives, how to build great physiques using a practical approach that doesn't consume their lives. That's what Polarity Fitness is about. But the overall philosophy of Polarity Fitness is not like high intensity training, and like I hope to convey a larger message to you guys through these videos, and I think some of you guys get that and some of you don't. Maybe it's me, maybe it's you. Like maybe I just need more time to get good at speaking my message and continuing to find my voice. Because I've only been making videos consistently for like a year. It's actually around this time last year that I started to make videos. I'm hoping I'm able to get the message that I want to get across in these videos. Like that's, Because at the end of the day, I don't create videos to be an influencer. Like, I don't care about that shit. You know, I never started YouTube. I never started putting out content because I wanted to be an influencer who got like brand endorsements and like shitloads of views. Like, I've always approached it from, you know, wanting to spread my message and build my brand and my company. That's always been the primary focus of my channel. It's really to spread my message and to get you guys into this philosophy. And for those of you who are serious, get you guys into my program, because that's where you'll see the best results. And that's my whole approach with Polarity Fitness. I've never been interested in being like an influencer who just makes videos to get views and shit like that. Like, I could not care less about that shit. YouTube is just the mechanism I use to get my message across, and that's why I didn't use my personal name under my channel, because I'm not like, I want to build a brand, a company that lives beyond me. This person needs to get out of my fucking lane. What the fuck, man? In Canada, guys, people don't know how to fucking drive. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, why are you driving 80 in the left lane? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. People, fuck. You guys better not be one of those people, man. You guys better not be one of those fucking people who drives 80 kilometers an hour in the left fucking lane. Like, bro, this is a fucking passing lane. Like, look at this shit, man. The people driving 80 on the fucking highway. It's like, what are you doing, man? This is ridiculous. Go train 7 days a week and see how far that gets you as a drug-free lifter. You won't get anywhere, and that's where the fucking problem comes in the fitness industry, is people are just being misled. They see someone with a good physique, and the question of natural or not doesn't even cross their minds. They just see like, oh, he's got a good physique, I might as well follow his approach. And I felt guilty of that as well when I was like 12, 13 getting into fitness. Oh, this guy's got a good physique. Let's follow his approach. Little did I know he's juiced to the tits, and nothing he teaches applies to me. And that is the mission of Polarity Fitness. This is real drug-free fitness advice. This is what works for the masses. This is what works for normal people, normal genetics, with lives outside of the gym, which just so ever happens to be 99% of the fucking population, guys. This stuff works me up, man. It's gonna take a long time for people to smell the roses and see like, whoa, that guy Rio was right all along. This is how you train when you're drug-free. Whatever, man. This industry is a fucking joke. No one cares about living like a bodybuilder. Who the fuck wants to do that, man? It's not an appealing life to me. And I know that there are tons of people who think the same thing, who up until now, and still now, haven't found someone with my advice that has given them, you know, the ability to actually achieve what they want with their physique, but without having to follow that approach. I hope this resonates with some of you guys, but that's why I've never really cared about like that sort of mainstream influencer kind of vibe. It's like not my thing. I don't give a shit. Like, if my video gets 10 views or it gets like 1 million views, I don't give a fuck. I care about living according to my values, being aligned with my message and what I believe in, and standing up for what I believe in, even though like I get a lot of hate. You know, I would honestly be concerned if I didn't get any hate, guys, because then it would mean that I'm not polarizing enough people. I'm not pushing people away who actually shouldn't follow my approach, who shouldn't invest in a program of mine. Most of you guys shouldn't, but the ones who resonate with this message are the ones who should. The guys who do want to train as a drug-free lifter should, who do not want to live a life that revolves around fitness. Like, you are who I make content for, and I'm not afraid to piss off the rest of the population, man, because I'm not here to please everybody. I'm here to get my message into the hands of people who fucking need it. And that's what Polarity Fitness is about, guys. Anyways, we're gonna get into the gym here. Hit a little bit of a general warm-up. I'll do 5 to 10 minutes of just walking on the treadmill, a little bit of backwards walking, and then we'll get into some incline bench. So guys, you're not gonna believe this fucking shit. I showed up here, checked my phone, and realized I only had 10% on my battery. I'm praying to the iPhone lords that they salvage me this 10% to last as long as fucking possible, because that would be an absolute shame if it ran out of battery while I was filming this workout for you. So I'm gonna hope that the 10% lasts me for this workout. But yeah, let's get to it, man. I don't have time to talk here, boys. Going for 200 here. You guys know I got 7 on the last workout. Depending on how this workout goes, I'll see if I might start micro loading this or not. But I'm feeling good today, so we'll see. Yeah, if I can get like 7 on this one, or even 8, and then, you know, make some improvement on the next set, then that's the plan. yes. That's what I'm talking about. I love that. So here, that's a great example, guys, about how when you are past the first 6 to 12 months of training as a drug-free lifter, progress is not linear, man. You guys remember the last workout, I was like feeling weak, I was like struggling to get that up. Boom, PR, right? And that's how shit works. So a lot of times, people freak out when they don't get a PR every single week. But it just takes time, you have to be patient, don't change anything. If you plateau for 3 to 4 weeks, then yes, you've hit a strength plateau, you have a problem. You need to switch something up. You need to fix something in your nutrition, your rest. Strength plateaus are almost always, if you're training as a drug-free lifter should, you're not training like a bodybuilder, if you're following the Polarity fitness guidelines, almost all plateaus, especially for newer lifters who are still kind of new to this stuff, it's almost always that you're not eating enough, or you're not resting, you're not staying, maybe you're doing too much activity outside of your weight training, or you're just not sleeping enough, okay? So don't like freak out when you don't hit a personal record every fucking week, man. It takes time. The worst thing you can do is like try and grind out a rep and like be disappointed with yourself because you couldn't get the PR, and try and strain yourself. And then you'll actually drop down in strength. But you guys remember how I was smart. I left it there. I didn't try and push for the personal record because I knew I didn't have it that day. And I wasn't feeling that strong. So that's okay, right? And the next set, my strength dropped even more. But guess what? I didn't try and match my performance from the last week because I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't there, so I left it. Conservatism. And now, since I left it there, look at me now. I'm progressing. I was able to progress forward from that shitty workout. And that's how it goes. But you have to be patient and don't change anything right away. Drug-free progress is very slow, guys. But it's about knocking off that little bit of progress every week or every other week that eventually adds up to huge improvement, adds up to massive gains. But if you aren't seeing these little improvements here and there, then that should be more than enough to tell you that, well, of course, either your sleep is off or your nutrition's off, but it's always the basic package of your training, nutrition, or recovery that's at fault. It's always that basic package that if you are not delivering your dues, if you're not paying your dues on that basic package, then it's not going to work. I remember I made that triangle. You got your recovery, you got your training, and then you got your nutrition. And all of the sides have equal importance because without one of them, it's no longer a triangle, okay? So without one of them on point, nothing's going to work. So you have to have them all dialed in at all times. And that's why most people struggle to build their dream physiques, is because they think it's about applying one piece of the puzzle. But no, it's about consistently applying the entire package of proper training, proper nutrition, proper recovery over a long period of time that adds up to crazy gains. There are no secrets. It's that basic package. And if you aren't gaining muscle or strength, there's something wrong within those packages. Okay, so now I'm gonna rest a bit and then I'm gonna go for the next set. But I'm feeling great, I'm feeling strong today. And I hit a personal record, so there we go, guys. Hopefully I can make some progress on the next set as well. Maybe go for some 7 reps. So now I'm gonna hit my second set. Last workout I got 6 reps here, so hopefully I can make a little bit of an improvement, maybe get 7. I'm feeling really strong right now, but we'll see how it goes. One more. Oh, yes! Let's fucking go! Holy fuck, boys. The power of conservatism. That is a monstrous personal record. Fuck me. I went from 7 and 6 to 8 and 8. So I must have just been absolutely fucking pooped from the last workout. So I think I was tired. I wasn't recovered when I was doing the last workout. But now I took some good rest before hitting this workout, and I'm back to my strength level. You're gonna experience those ups and downs, man, it's normal. But that was good shit. All right, guys, final set. This is 165. I got 11 on the last workout. See how this goes here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Maybe could have gotten the last one, but conservatism, guys. After that progress on those first 2 sets, I'm good with that. I'll take it. Holy shit. That's a very good illustration of conservatism. I may 50-50. I don't know if I would have gotten that last rep, maybe, but who gives a fuck? I'll get it next week. And that's the mentality you have to adopt with drug-free training. Because if I would have went for that and failed it, or if it would have been like a ridiculous grinder, I'm not going to progress from that. How can I progress from something that I could barely get in the first place? Your body can only adapt and build strength so quickly. How could I have progressed forward from that? And you guys are starting to see, like, when you're training hard like that, you can't be in the gym all the time. Neither could you, like, let alone that, like, you can't make consistent strength gains if you are always fatigued and overtrained from being in the gym 6-7 days a week. Even if you're just going through the motions and dropping your intensity in your training because you're doing such a high volume, first of all, you're not training hard enough to stimulate muscle growth. Your focus is diluted through so much stuff that you literally cannot put justice, focus, intensity into any one set or exercise that you do. And then you're gonna overtrain yourself, and you're gonna prevent yourself from being able to string together progressive workouts. It's about stringing together consecutive workouts where you make little bits of progress that then add up to massive progress over time. And that's what drug-free training is about. Embracing a lower volume, emphasizing recovery to facilitate those consistent strength gains. And then when we do step in the gym fresh, we do shit like that, what I just fucking showed you guys. Like the crazy personal records, the strength gains. I couldn't do that if I was fatigued or drained or not fully recovered, locally and systemically for this workout. You have to be fully recovered for every workout if you want to feel fresh and able to produce progressive overload. See that progress in each workout. And when you train twice per week, you can do shit like this and you can make very fast progress. Because every time you step in the gym, you're fully recovered and fresh. So that's the key, man. And I'm gonna get into some Romanian deadlifts. I also wanna quickly point out, I get flack for saying like, 1 set on upper body exercises is not enough, but you guys just saw, like, I trained very hard on both of those first 2 working sets and the last drop down set. And look what I was able to get in the second and third set. After that first set, I had much more in me. That first set, yeah, it was hard, but I had much more in me. I didn't even feel it too much in my chest at that point. So it's like, when it comes to upper body exercises, you need 2 to 3 sets. You can't do like 1 set of bench press. It's not gonna be enough, man. As much as you Mike Mentzer fanboys and fans like to think, you really can't do it. They're like, a lot of stuff they say has lots of merit, but that's one thing I don't think is true. Unless you have someone like helping you do like forced reps and like negatives and shit, but why the fuck would you do that? You're just digging yourself into a massive hole of recovery for no extra benefit. You might as well do 2 or 3 sets at a slightly less intensity. Taking it still like pretty much to failure. Like that was pretty much failure. I had no reps left in me, but not pushing it past that point where I wouldn't be able to come back and produce progressive overload and progress from that. And that's the whole problem with the whole high intensity shit. It's like none of those high intensity training techniques, like the intensity heightening techniques, none of that will serve a drug-free person. Like Dorian Yates, Mike Mentzer, sure, those guys could get away with it, but they were on lots of drugs, and rumor has it at least Mike Mentzer like snorted fucking meth before his workouts, so no shit. Like if you're a drug-free person, that will fucking bury you into the ground, and you don't get any benefit by training beyond failure. Once you are like 0 to 1 reps away from failure, true momentary failure, you're not getting any more growth stimulus out of pushing it further than that. So you're better off keeping a little bit in you, doing a couple more sets, but at a slightly less intensity than taking it beyond failure, and then being able to see that consistent progression over time. And that's ultimately what it comes down to. Sure, if you want to try it on squats and deadlifts, go for it. Still personally, like maybe it's like sometimes I do like a crazy intense set on like squats and deadlifts, and then I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm done. But I almost always go into those workouts planning to do 2 sets. Conventional deadlifts benefits from 1, but like squats, I'd rather do like 2 sets, but at like a lesser intensity than training like beyond fucking failure or risking like failing a rep. You don't want to do that, guys. You'll just injure yourself. Let's hit some deadlifts all together. You guys hopping in on this? You hopping in on this? We taking turns? No?
I think my brother and me should lift that.
Yeah, both of you?
Okay.
I think you could lift it. You guys look pretty strong. Oh! Almost. They almost had the 135, guys. I was trying to teach them how to deadlift, but they both went and tried to lift the bar at the same time and nearly snapped themselves in half. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, holy shit. It's good progress, guys. I got 2 sets of 8 with 280 on the last workout. Just got 2 sets of 10 with the same weight, so that's good progress. I'm gonna rest and get into some weighted pull-ups. So I'm hitting some weighted pull-ups now. This is 57.5 pounds attached for 2 sets of 6 to 8. So I dropped the 3rd set of weighted pull-ups in my program just because I find it redundant. Like 2 hard sets of weighted pull-ups and chin-ups is really all you need if you're pushing it hard. So I'm just sticking with 2 sets of 6 to 8 here with 57.5 pounds. So my performance actually dropped in this workout because this pull-up station sucks. I realized like the pull-up grip is super fat, which is not necessarily bad because it can build the forearms a little bit more, but the grip, it's so slippery and the whole pull-up station wiggles a ton. So I prefer training pull-ups at my home gym. And funny enough, yesterday I was doing weighted pull-ups and ended up getting 60 pounds attached for 2 sets of 8. So the performance is much better at my home gym. So I ended up switching over to this weird pull-up station. It wasn't even a pull-up station, it was a cable station. Just because this gym doesn't have a proper pull-up bar, so I ended up using that, which kind of sucked as well. So I'm probably gonna be sticking with doing the weighted pull-ups at my home gym. So then I went into some leg press here, and the first few reps didn't feel great. So I did 2 sets of 20 with 4 plates per side, and this is the best leg stimulus I've gotten in a long time, just because I haven't been able to train squats because of my fucking knee inflammation. So this felt pretty good. The first few reps kind of felt tough on the knees, but then I warmed up a little bit, got into some good reps, man. These were 2 really good sets. I like training leg press with a little bit higher reps, like kind of 10 to 15, 10 to 20. It's a super effective exercise. I like leg press because it takes the lower back out of the equation, gives you more leg training. It gives you a better leg stimulus, and without putting a big dent in your recovery. So it's a really good assistance exercise for the squat and deadlift. So definitely a big fan of leg pressing. If you can fit it into your routine without stopping your progression on squats and deadlifts, then I definitely recommend doing it. But that's also like the hardest thing about programming is like finding the balance of intensity and volume and frequency with squats and deadlifts without the lower back fatigue, because that's probably the hardest part about programming when you're a drug-free lifter and you're not a novice. When you're a novice, it doesn't really matter, but when you're like intermediate advanced, it becomes hard to properly program squats and deadlifts without having the extreme carryover from the lower back fatigue. So that's something that's definitely difficult, that you have to kind of have to find the sweet spot for yourself. I'm not training conventional deadlifts in this program, you guys will see, because I was planning on doing barbell squats. Like what I'm coming to realize is that I think like when you become more advanced, it's better to prioritize either the squat or deadlift in a given training cycle rather than doing them both. And when I say deadlift, I mean the conventional deadlift. I think the conventional deadlift and the barbell back squat are harder to program in the same week on separate workouts when you become more advanced, just because it becomes really, really difficult. Like last winter I had a lot of success with it, but it's also because I was rebuilding a lot of squat strength. But when you get up to moving lots of weight, it becomes really hard on your recovery to train both conventional deadlifts and barbell squats in the same week. So I kind of like doing, like, if I'm going to do barbell squats, I kind of like pairing it with Romanian deadlifts, and then maybe even throwing in the leg press for some extra leg work. But if I'm going to be training really hard on conventional deadlifts, for example, sometimes it makes sense to drop the barbell squat, so you can focus on the conventional deadlift, and then you can also pair it with the leg press for the quad work. So there's many different interpretations of how you can pair leg training together, but that's probably the most difficult part about programming when you're drug free and you become stronger. Like, this doesn't really apply when you're a novice, just because you're not moving considerable weights yet. You're not moving enough weight to actually put a big dent in your recovery and your system. So that's something to keep in mind as you become more advanced. And that's also like where you can start to do less overlap in your programming, where you can put the lower body work together and you can put the upper body work together. That's generally, like, once you become really strong, that's probably the better way to do it to a certain extent. Not always, but I'll talk about this in a future video, because I didn't really like the 2 days per week upper lower. I didn't find that too effective. It's not really enough for the upper body. I like the full body twice a week, because the upper body gets hit twice per week, which it can handle. Once per week for the lower body works really, really well. But it's just like, I don't know, man. For the upper body, I feel like I'm leaving gains on the table. So that's why I like to do the full body twice a week, both 2 different sets of exercises. And then, like, pure beginners, pure novices can do like 2 times per week full body, but with the same exercises. But excluding the conventional deadlift, you never want to train the conventional deadlift more than once a week. So keep that in mind. But that's also something I'm talking about in my Herculean bulking program that I'm working on right now, is adding that sort of novice section to get people to my intermediate strength standards. So there are different ways to program, different interpretations within the Polarity fitness philosophy, but I've digressed a little bit here. So I went into some calf work on the leg press, and then I did some tricep extensions here for just 2 sets each. Something I've been observing with my nutrition, something I've been messing around with recently. I don't like to eat heavy carbs early in the day. I think saving carbs for later in the day is a very effective strategy when it comes to nutrition. Not for any sort of bodily reasons, right? Not for like body composition or anything like that. I don't think it fucking matters very much. But for energy, productivity, and focus, I've found, like, if I can avoid heavy carbs throughout the day, then holy shit, I'm like 10 times more productive, and I just focus, and I don't feel like lethargic and tired. Like, I try and stick to mostly protein, fruits, and nuts throughout the day. And then at night, I'll have like a big serving of rice or potatoes or pasta. And that is my fucking favorite way to set it up. To each his own. Nutrition, you guys know I'm very flexible when it comes to nutrition. Nutrition is it's a very individual thing. Although there are common principles that you have to hit on. You have to hit the right calorie intake for your goals. You have to get enough protein. You have to eat a diet that consists of whole foods, and you have to make sure you're not skipping out on any of the macronutrients. Make sure you're getting a balance of all of them. But apart from that, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and that's something I truly believe in, because I don't think strict and militant diet plans have their place for people who have normal fucking lives and really don't care to obsess over their fitness routine. You guys have to understand, all diet plans are essentially the tactical way to go about hitting on the principles. Let that sink in, okay? So, like, when it comes to keto, when it comes to intermittent fasting, when it comes to like high carb, low fat, whatever diet it is, guys, it's not necessarily that tactic that creates the success of the diet plan. That's the mechanism that you use to go about hitting on the calories and the protein and the fucking whole foods. Think about that for a second. All these diet plans are so popular, but at the end of the day, what changes your body composition? It's the calories in, calories out. It's the protein, and then the health, your health and your hormonal functioning, your focus, your energy, your overall well-being. That's just going to come from eating a diet that consists mostly of whole foods. But if you think about all these different diets, guys, it's fucking bullshit. Like, yeah, if you have personal preferences that allow you to hit on those principles in a more enjoyable way, that's more sustainable for you, then by all means do that. Some people may prefer to do a higher carb, lower fat. Some people may prefer to do lower fat, higher carb. Some people, like myself, just prefer to let them fall wherever the fuck they fall and make sure I get a balance of them. But none of these diet plans have that much that like there's nothing really special about them, man. As I say, if you're hitting your calories, you're hitting your protein, you're hitting lots of whole foods in your diet, I mean, that's literally all you have to focus on, man. And then the rest of it's going to come down to like what fits into your lifestyle. How can you sustain hitting on those principles? Like, what's the tactical way that you like to go about hitting on those principles for maximum sustainment of the diet and enjoyment of the diet and simplicity? And that is the ultimate fucking sophistication of dieting, guys. It sounds like I'm just like shooting shit out of my ass right now, but it's like from all of my time trying different diets, this is what I found to be the most effective. Fuck all of the complication, fuck all of the tactical strict rules and militant fucking all that stuff. Throw it out the window, man. Focus on the principles that actually create the result. And then you can shape that however the fuck you want. Whether that's eating 5 meals a day, whether that's eating 2 meals a day, whether that's eating fucking 1 meal a day. For most people that's not gonna work, but you guys get the point. Whatever that is, man, whatever that is for you, find that and then just stick to it. And then make sure that you're hitting on those principles for 80% of the time, and 20% of the time, if you're off, that is okay. The diet you stick to 80% of the time is the one that is going to create your result. And that is, oh my God, man, I wish someone told me that when I was getting into fitness. I had body dysmorphia for a long time because of different diets and people I was following, and like all this shit just fucked me right up, man. And then I ended up just discovering the fact that like, hold on a second, what do all these diets have in common? They're just ways to go about hitting on those principles of calories in, calories out, the right protein intake to support lean muscle growth, and then a whole foods diet to support good health and overall well-being. I cracked the code to diet. That's all it is, man. That's all it fucking is. The rest of it is whatever. It's all tactics. I gotta show you guys this fucking, holy shit. Oh my God. You want to explain how you made that quickly?
No, I don't want to explain.
You don't want to give away the recipe?
No, I will not give away my recipe, only to my grandkids.
Do you have any tips? Any tips for how to make a meal like that?
Easy, pasta, fresh tomatoes, fresh garlic, fresh onions, and that's how you make it. And lots of cheese, salt, pepper, and three qualities of cheese: mozzarella, Pavlon, and the yellow one, I don't know.
Grandma's cooking, man. There's nothing like it. That's the kind of stuff that throws me off my calories, guys. That's the kind of shit where I come home and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pass on the usual meal and have some of that shit, because that's fucking delicious. Oh my God. But hey, man, you can be a bit more lenient when you're bulking, but as I said, 20% of the time you can be off. 80% you should be on point, man. But that shit, I have to be fucking retarded to pass up on that. That's not happening, man. That's not happening.